Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 1145. This chapter right here was actually very cool, and looks like to me that way how it ended, looks like we're gonna have some blood or trouble on our hands. So if anything else, let's just get this started. Let's just talk about this one page right here involving OT having to hug her brother Peyton or Pepe, knowing that he is alright, but he's not really in a very good shape either because we all know because of that screwed up guy. Other than that, let's talk about the other pages. We get to see that Luffy's group that's with them are attacked by a freaking monster, and of course, like they managed to subdue it or take care of it like no problem tomorrow. So I go like, whatever. It is what it is. It's done. Now, when it comes to like cooking up the food, everything seems to be very nice and tasty, I guess, depending on your situation. But as we continue on in its own way, we get to see that Loki is still being tended to, and they end up talking about the God's Knights. They actually showed up here and attacked Loki, which is why he's actually in a very bad state. As for usual, he actually calls them world government warriors and call them pretty dangerous. And that if I had gone far enough to cross paths with guys like them, I'd be king of the world already. And of course, when it comes to like cooking up things, trying to feed him, Loki gets really annoyed saying, dude, it's very freaking hot, I freaking hate it's freaking hot. What the hell are you doing? And then Loki's like, hey, can you stop trying to kill me? And of course, Loki's just eating to his fill and he's actually enjoying it. And then Luffy was getting ready to like give him something to drink, I guess. And then he's like, oh, dude, that stuff is still steaming. Keep it away from me, you idiot. Other than that, as the chapter continues on, Loki got himself another burn, which is really hilarious because Luffy doesn't even know how to like properly handle a giant mug. Other than that, we have to it that Loki confessed that he actually met up with Red Hair. Unfortunately, that part is true, and that they're here on the island, getting ready to cause some major trouble. But you guys haven't even kept your promise to take off my chains. But there's actually some reason for that. Obviously, Loki, you expect them to trust you right away. Other than that, Loki asked Luffy, do you really want to meet Red Hair that badly? I get it, you're looking up to a pirate when you're just a kid. And then Luffy's like, hey, you talk like you had someone like that too. And Loki's like, yeah, I actually did. He ends up, it was too bad I was a brat back then. He ends up talking about how he met this certain pirate and he wanted to join up with him. But he goes like, dude, don't make me take me with you. I'm not going to say it again. Eventually, Loki decides to challenge that guy to a fight and unfortunately gets his butt handed very badly. And there was actually Edward Newgate asking him, and I said yes, Newgate. Edward Newgate asked like his captain, like, hey, dude, did you pull the weapon on a kid? Seriously? He said, shut up, dude. And of course, Loki's like, well, I was just born in the wrong era that I looked up to. That's ridiculous. Then we go to this one scene with Dory and Brogy and the other pirates fighting off against these nightmarish monsters. And apparently it looks like to me they are managing to hold their own for the time being. It looks like to me it's not a problem. They go like, well, the left hand of the Pirate King is actually concerned about this. He says, there's three more. That strange voice, it can't be hidden. I can feel it clear as day. If even Albaf isn't safe, this really is the end of days. So this guy, forgot his name. All I know is he's a left hand of the Pirate King and he's a dual wielding axe wielder. He's actually concerned for Elbaf and that it's going to get destroyed, which apparently I don't blame him for thinking like that currently, especially when we're hitting around Ragnarok. We get to see these pirates trying to wipe out the flames as best they can. Unfortunately, it's not working at all. They say, hey, stop them, dude. Put out the flames or they're going to walk into it and they're going to get burned alive and they're going to wonder what the hell's going on here and there. So eventually, we get to see Gunko getting ready to go into action. Hopefully, something good on their side will happen. But unfortunately for them, unfortunately for the stupid God's Knights, we get to see Jinbei using his ocean water ability and manage to actually douse out the fire. Or get rid of the fire that the kids was about to walk into. And eventually, unfortunately, they run into some trouble, but not before we get to see that the children are starting to be okay for now. Dory and Brogy are actually happy to see that they're fine. And we get to see, like I said, some trouble. At the very end of the chapter, Gunko shows up right in front of Krone, in front of Nami, Usopp, Jinbei, and Brook, and says, hey, looks like you guys are causing some trouble. So how about this? How about you knock it off, because I'm about to put some pain on you. Or the facial expression she shows is actually saying like, dude, you really had to ruin my mood. I'm ready to knock you out or kill you. And the chapter ends off there. So it looks like to me we get to see a little bit of Loki's backstory a bit. Well, not too much. I mean, like, after eating and drinking some soup, he seems to be enjoying himself. He talks about how he looks up to a certain pirate, but unfortunately gets his butt handed by him, and pretty much is unable to join up with this crew. So, and as for the fire, the children who were sleepwalking almost got themselves killed, but Jinbei managed to stop the fire on time, but this upsets one of the God's Knights, Gunko, and she's getting ready to go into action and cause some major mischief and death. Who knows? Anyways, when it comes to this chapter right here, it just involves the first half of the chapter involves Luffy, Zoro, and the group talking with Loki, and Loki talking about how he looked up at a certain pirate, and that Edward Newgate was actually involved. And then the second half is where the fire is everlasting damaging and causing a lot of trouble. The sleepwalking kids almost got themselves killed. Jinbei managed to get rid of the fire, but we get to see Gunko showing up towards the very end of the chapter and get ready to cause some major mischief and killing. And then looks like to me we're gonna have break next week, which is okay. So looks like to me chaos is really happening around without Luffy's knowledge, along with those who are with him. So yeah, it's gonna suck really badly right now. But even I wish Sanji was with like Nami's group or something, but let's be honest, Sanji would be useless at that point because he would never hit a female. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how that turns out. Speaking of which, I don't know if Gunko is female. I think she is. I mean, like, I think it is. I mean, nothing's really confirmed yet, but unless I'm missing something or I'm not remembering anything, please forgive me. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.